Nintendo fans, the moment we've been waiting for is rapidly approaching. The upcoming Nintendo Switch 2 is no longer a distant fantasy. Real, tangible details are surfacing fast, and many of them are game-changing. At Technology Review, we've compiled the most credible reports, leaks, and teasers to bring you the clearest vision of what Nintendo's next-gen hybrid console will bring to the table. The most attention-grabbing development? Square Enix seems to be ready to go all in with the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy on the Switch 2. While Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate is already confirmed, thanks to an earlier Nintendo Direct, more recent developer comments strongly hint that both the sequel, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and the final part of the trilogy will also come to Nintendo's new platform. That might not sound shocking until you consider the historical console exclusivity the series had with PlayStation. Yet, Square Enix has made it clear they're shifting their strategy to become aggressively multi-platform, especially after disappointing sales and investor feedback last year. For longtime Nintendo fans, this is poetic. Final Fantasy's roots are deeply embedded in Nintendo's DNA, and for many new generation gamers who know characters like Cloud and Sephiroth from Smash Bros., this opens a door to finally experience their original stories. The implications are huge. The Switch 2, based on comparisons we've seen already, is pushing much closer to current-gen graphics than anyone expected. Screenshots comparing the original PS4 version of FF7 Remake and the new Switch 2 build suggest significant visual upgrades. We're seeing better lighting, sharper character models, and all-around improvements. Despite it not being a fully optimized PS5 grade experience. That's largely thanks to DLSS upscaling technology, which developers are using to boost resolution and maintain performance. Nintendo's upcoming console might not match a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X blow for blow, but it's edging surprisingly close, especially in portable mode. And the leaks don't stop with games. Another bombshell came from known leaker Nash Weedle. This source correctly predicted several recent reveals, including Metroid Dread and the upcoming Elden Ring Tarnished Edition for Switch 2. Now, they're reporting something quite unexpected, a modular, customizable controller designed with accessibility in mind. The design reportedly includes swappable sticks, buttons, and even a trackball reminiscent of Sony's Access controller, but with more flexible ergonomics. The idea of Nintendo going modular is intriguing. We're used to innovation from their side, Joy-Con anyone, but this would be a bold new frontier. A controller system that supports players with diverse physical needs would not only be a big accessibility win, but also put Nintendo at the forefront of hardware inclusivity. No confirmation has come from Nintendo yet, of course, but the concept seems consistent with the company's increasing awareness of their broad audience. Meanwhile, we also caught wind of a somewhat less exciting, yet still interesting leak: UI themes. A report suggested that at launch, Switch 2 will only offer two themes, light and dark. Screenshots allegedly from Nintendo's internal dev build support this, showing the familiar minimalist menu structure, now enhanced by subtle visual upgrades. While not a major leap, it suggests Nintendo is maintaining the simplicity that worked so well for the original Switch. However, the source of this theme leak, Nintendo Soup, did not provide any concrete citations, raising questions about the authenticity. Still, with UI previews floating around that match the leak, it's likely that Nintendo is at least starting with a stripped-down experience that doesn't roll out a richer theme store or UI personalization updates post-launch. But for day one adopters, the options might be limited. Back on the game front, Elden Ring Tarnished Edition has been mentioned again. This version seems specifically built for Switch 2 hardware and may include not only the base game, but also DLC and performance tweaks that take advantage of the upgraded internals. If true, this would be a major technical feat and a signal that Nintendo's new console is ready to compete for more hardcore gaming experiences. What's more, with Summer Game Fest 2025 approaching, Rumors suggest that we could see another major Switch 2 game announcement at the event. Details are scarce, but speculation is heating up. Some sources say a Donkey Kong title is in development, which would line up with Nash Riedel's earlier claim about Donkey Kong Bonanza taking center stage. What we're witnessing is the gradual shaping of what Nintendo's next era will look like. Not just a sequel to the original Switch, but a true evolution of the concept. Nintendo is playing catch-up in raw power, but they're doing it in a Nintendo way, clever, efficient, and with a strong focus on beloved franchises and hybrid portability. That leads us to the big question: how will Nintendo price the Switch 2? With these hardware improvements, DLSS, higher resolution displays, and new controller design, there's reason to believe it will cost more than the $299 starting point of the original Switch. Yet, if Nintendo can keep it competitive, perhaps in the $399 range, they may once again dominate the portable/home console hybrid space. The next few months are going to be crucial. More developer interviews are likely. More leaks and sneak peeks will undoubtedly surface. And Nintendo itself may not wait until the traditional September-October window to make official reveals if they're aligning announcements with industry events like Summer Game Fest. All signs point to a late 2025 release for the Switch 2, with production already underway and development kits reportedly in the hands of third-party studios. It's safe to say Nintendo has learned from both the Wii U's failure and the original Switch's surprise success. They're crafting a console with broader appeal, deeper third-party support, and enough horsepower to extend the life of major titles across both docked and portable modes. And with franchises like Final Fantasy, Elden Ring, and maybe even Donkey Kong lining up for launch or early 2026, the Nintendo Switch 2 could be one of their most important consoles ever. So, are you excited for what's coming next? At Technology Review, we'll keep you updated on everything related to Nintendo Switch 2. From hardware leaks to gameplay trailers and launch news, this is your go-to spot for everything next-gen Nintendo. Stay tuned and stay ready.